parents just don't understand.
Walk it like I talk it, yeah, I walk it. Yeah. Flowers never grow without some water.
What's going on, Lions Den family, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk to us about a very challenging topic, that we find to be challenging in a sense of parents. And I don't want to say versus in a way like we're in a battle, but us not really understanding the love of our parents, the sacrifices of our parents, and the mentality of our parents, to where sometimes it kind of feels like we are literally pitting ourselves against our parents. Now, back in the day, the Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff, they had a famous song, and they talked about in the song, parents just don't understand, right? And this is something that I once faced in my life, and that I had to come to grips with, to understand that it's not the fact that parents don't understand. It's just the fact that I was misunderstanding my parent. You get what I'm saying? As a lot of us tend to do, right? We tend to look at it as if our parents are either overbearing, that they're too much, that they're this, they're that. And sometimes we don't give our parents enough grace, enough mercy, enough love. We don't give them enough space, to be our parent, right? To be who God has called them to be when God saw fit to give us to them, right? We don't necessarily always allow them that space, right? To just freely be them, because sometimes we're too busy pinpointing or picking apart or judging, every step of their parenting, right? And what I want us to walk away from this video with today is to understand that it takes us as a child to understand that our parents are human as well, that they have lives as well. They had lives way before us. They've gone through things, they've experienced things. They have endured a lot, and so they come with a level of wisdom. They come with a level of knowledge that we don't necessarily have until we personally become parents ourselves. And then we're able to truly step into their shoes and completely understand the whys, the questions that we asked, that we had, right? The why of this or that, or the reactions that they have maybe had, or the responses that they have maybe had, or the things that they have done to, keep us safe, to show us love, and to keep us in a place where we weren't completely throwing our lives away or ruining, our lives. And so we get to a place and we begin to understand that in those moments. But one thing I love and I thank God for is that even though I'm not a parent yet, like I said, I have had to grow through that, and I have had to understand and learn that for myself, to where now I have a completely different perspective, on this very topic, right? To where now I can really look at it and really have that grace and that mercy, towards, my mother, you know what I mean? To where I can understand in those moments where I thought that maybe it was just a bit too much, that's just how she learned to love, through the love of God. That's just how she learned to mother. That's just how she learned to nurture, you know what I mean? Through God's guidance and God's leading, right? And like I said, in those times where I may have misunderstood it, and those times where I may have felt a certain type of way, about her parenting style, or the things that she was literally protecting me from, through the grace of God and through the wisdom and the knowledge of God, that I didn't see in that moment, right? And I just saw it as, here's another moment where, I'm not getting to have my way. I'm not getting to do what I want to do and, be where I want to be, or whatever the case may be, right? But when you learn this and you come to this newfound perspective in life, what I hope that it does is, I hope that it changes your love, your respect for your parents, be it if you have a single mother, single father, or if you have both your parents. that it changes your perspective, and that it changes your love for them, to where you have a greater love for them, you have a greater respect, because you begin to understand, wow, like they really had to endure a lot, even on my behalf. They had to deal with my attitude. They had to deal with, my behavior. They had to deal with my moments of disrespect. They had to deal with, my moments of acting out, all because I felt that my parent or parents didn't understand, when all I needed to do was to give them room to be who they are, so that I can understand the why behind everything that they have done. And to also understand too, that sometimes they reacted and responded the way that they did because of what they endured and what they went through as they grew up. Sometimes our parents come from a tough background, right? So it makes them be a certain type of way. Now, I'm not ever okaying parenting in a way where it's abusive or where it's belittling. I'm never okaying that, but I'm definitely okaying and standing for parenting where your parents just want you to have a life that's greater and better than what it is that they had, than what it is that they had to go through and what they had to endure, coming up. And so I just want to again encourage us with this, to love your parents, right? Appreciate them, honor them, and understand that parents do understand. It's just sometimes there's some things that we as children don't understand until we become a parent. So God bless y'all. God keep y'all and cover y'all. And until next time, smash that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, turn on those post notifications, and come back to the channel for more content like this. Be encouraged, get inspired, and stay uplifted. God bless y'all.
Wisdom is for free, but yet it's overpriced. And I never seen success happen overnight.